Hello and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading, which is about what past life conflict did you have with a particular person. Have you ever hated somebody or they've hated you for absolutely no reason, apparently? Well, I can assure you there is a reason, and it most likely, if you can't seem to find a reason in this life, it most likely stems from a reason in a past life. So think of a particular person in your life that you cannot get along with, no matter how hard you try. Think of that particular person and choose one of these three piles. We've got the red flashlight pile, the crystal pile. We've also got the hairbrush pile. So, um, so think of a person, pick a pile, and then let's get started and let's see what past life conflict you had with this person that would explain your present day difficulties with them. All right. Hello, pile number one. Let us see what what past life difficulty you have with this, or what created this current life issue, past life stemming from a past life issue. Okay, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Emperor in reverse. Interesting. So the Emperor is very much a controlling card, but it's in reverse. So let's see what the rest of the so a very controlling card, and it can get worse or the opposite energy when it's reversed. But let's see. Let's see what we get. Let me put all these cards out, and I'll tell you what cards. I'll make sure they're all in the frame. Ace of Swords, the Emperor in reverse, Three of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Let's see. We've got, that's the pile one, the red flash light reading. Okay, so the Three of Wands is in the center, so I'm already getting a sense that this issue that he's had with this person stems from some sort of workplace conflict. And my sense is that interesting. I sense is that yeah, okay, I'm getting what it is now. With the Four of Cups, they did not value you, or they replace, I get the word replaced. There's an energy of you were in a workplace, and they replaced you with somebody else when you were interesting, because normally the Emperor is a sort of, it could also be a control freak energy as well too, but they very much, they put you down. And I'm hearing that this, in this life, it could be somehow related to work or survival, basic survival in some way. It could be, yeah, about feeling, or I hear it could also be a landlord. Something, it's like you've gotten into this situation with this person that has to do with survival and them controlling your financial output in some way. And it could be either a boss or a landlord, because the red flashlight, or somebody who, I'm hearing even a wife who takes your money, or like somebody, it somehow attacks at your survival issues, is that's what I'm hearing. So, and I'm hearing that this person made it hard for you somehow to make money by various, either they replaced you, they they stole something from you in regards to how you could survive. They rejected you for a position um, that you should have got. Like they somehow, but it was very much attacking at your career or your ability to move forward with power. Like they attacked and they took that away from you. They took that away from you, and they made it so the sense of rejecting, making it so what was supposed to be for you was rejected in relation to the financial realm. So you couldn't you couldn't get what was truly yours. Interesting. So I'm getting at the sense of, in this life, you feel quite defensive around this person. You feel the quite of anger at defensive, and it's almost like sometimes they feel anger. You have the sense of anger towards them, and also I get you have this underlying anger. They did not give you what you deserved in a circumstance. Interesting. And they also, it was like, it's like they held the power, the financial power over you. And they almost do this in this life too. I hear this almost, I saw an image of this almost nerdy person signing paychecks or something, or sort of controlling the situation, but this kind of nerdy, sort of kind of annoying person, and you hate them and you can't figure out why. And they're kind of a know-it-all, and they like to sort of underhandedly control the situation, but it somehow directs your financial needs, and not giving, they may have even, I'm getting in some cases, they may have, um, this nerdy person may have, you thought, oh, you feel very suspicious of them, and you don't, like, they may have stolen something from you that it was supposed to be financially yours. They took it away from you in terms of the financial issues, and people are like, oh, why do you just trust this person immensely? And I hear they can be a little bit of a distrustful person in this life, kind of a smart ass know-it-all, kind of a smart ass know-it-all in this life. I hear underhanded, like they try and gain power in the situations, not always in a, we've got emperor in reverse, so they like to have control, but it's not always in the most obvious of ways, like not a yelling, like it's sort of like they really like to control the situation, and it brings me back to this life where you were kind of in survival, because in past lives a lot of times we're in more a survival state where they took what you wanted, what was truly there for you, what was meant for you. They took it for you, like what was meant for you, and you can't stand this person. It's like grated sandpaper being around them. Okay, I'm gonna go to the Gypsy Oracle deck because that can sometimes clarify. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 3 and 6 on the bottom. So death, interesting. 3 and old woman, death of old woman, interesting. That's quite an interesting thing to get. I'm gonna try and tune in. How does that? Um, I'm hearing that you were like like this person was very much involved in your past life. It's like they're almost like I'm getting a sense of that they were so much part of your past life. Just this annoying till your death, till you were an old woman. Like they were just this annoying, and I get this very kind of nerdy energy for some reason, but really kind of annoying, like just really, like just kind of irritating energy from this person. And I'm hearing they're just like this bane of existence you could not shake in a past life too. And it's somehow like I'm hearing apartment manager in a past life, like they were just like this bane of your existence. So I'm not getting any like it's just they've been, I hear that they've just been like like a velcro sandpaper annoyance for you for a very very long time. And it's just the repetitiveness, it's like they almost take up the same role again and again. They kind of, I'm hearing something as they go up to they kind of really irritate you. Like they just, what are you doing? Wait, I'm getting this info. What are you doing now? What are you doing? What do you, like, kind of, I got this nosy landlord, nosy neighbor. So they do it in a way that's really nosy, but they kind of make it clear that they have power, but kind of in an underhanded, like I hear this person going up to you, what are you doing in your building? What are you doing? What's happening here? I need to inspect things. I need to inspect things. I need to inspect things. So they're just this really annoying person who gets in your space, but somehow they have some sort of financial control over you. And this happened over and over, and you just grit your teeth around this person. They just, what are you doing now? What are you doing? And then they may, I'm hearing it interesting, it involves the money. They come for you for some sort of money thing or some sort of issue. They just, like, I'm getting all this like, oh landlord, why haven't you paid for this gift exchange we're doing, or why haven't you done this? I'm gonna organize everything, and I'm going to organize things and make things, but kind of an underhanded controlling tactic is what I get from this. And I get this image of this really nerdy person signing paychecks or writing lists, and you never know when they're going to come up behind you because they're kind of they're like the stench of death. They're always there too. They're always there is what I get. Like they're always, and you can't shake them. You can't shake them in this life, and you couldn't shake them other lives as well. Interesting. One, two, three, four, five. Let's see. Justice. And you really want them to get their justice in this life because they've just irritated you so much in past lives. And judgment. And you want them, and you can't always figure out, or people around you can't figure out why do you distrust this person, because they're just like, oh, they seem so just almost annoying and nerdy is what I'm getting. They have this almost like they kind of follow you around, like the stench of death is what I get. And judgment, injustice. And it's like I'm hearing to sort of that you may want to do something to sort of make sure that you don't continue to attract this person. You may want to do some sort of ritual that helps could disconnect, because it's almost like they get in your dreams too. It's like they're just such an irritant. I get strong irritation, strong. I also get an ex-wife in some cases. Like they're always they just and they always want something, or they want to figure out your business, or they want to, like, oh, I want to make sure, like, nitpick to see, like, I see an image of a nitpicker following you around, and you never know when this, or I'm getting a man too, like a very annoying man who just follows, like, you were like kind of, well, what are you doing? I want to inspect things now. I want to go over things and make sure that they're fine. I really want to just give me a second just to sort of to inspect things for myself. I really almost nitpicky, underhandedly, like they really, like they like a really insistent presence, but it's like really insistent. And so that's their way of gaining power and authority with the emperor, is just being really annoying and consistent, like just really getting under your skin. So I wish you luck with this person. They feel kind of annoying, the energy that they just annoying. And two of cups, I'm hearing I'm hearing in some cases, like they had this really interesting energy of just sidling in there, but seeming all in. It's just, oh, I'm just this kind of nerdy person. And I hear in some cases they stole your love in some case. They somehow, and you didn't see it coming. Like they always were there doing something, and it was different things, stealing your financial whatever, but they were always in there stealing or taking something or messing something up in some way. In some cases, and I hear in one case, but they stole your love from and they somehow they seemed, oh, I'm so innocent, but they had all this money, and they somehow stole something. They have a real, so in some cases, yeah, it was money. Like they're just this incessant little gnat who's followed you from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime, many lifetimes, and you don't trust them at all. They're just annoying and nerdy. So interesting. That's all we've got for pile number one. I hope you enjoyed that. I hear try and write it out, reflect on it. What is your, like, yeah, an energy field. You may want to try and avoid this person as much as possible. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me comment, like, if it resonated. Also, you can check out my other videos, and yeah, I've got other videos, and see if it's worth it to you to subscribe. I've got videos on past lives, narcissistic abuse healing, yes or no readings, and a whole bunch of other readings. So you can check that out in the playlist section and see if there's other videos that are interesting to you, and maybe you want to subscribe if that's the case. All right, so let's see pile number two. We've got the crystal pile. Let's see what we have for your past life conflict. Oh, King of Swords. That's already quite interesting. We've got the King of Swords, and he's quite the character, right? He's kind of, he seems to always be smart and up to something. So let's see what we, okay, the Chariot, um, the Hanged Man, the Hanged Man again. Wow, that must be significant. Both in reverse. Interesting. And the Three of Cups. Interesting. Two hangmans together. So let's see. Interesting. That's very. Oh, not in reverse. The hangman. They're both upright because the, they're not in reverse because the hangman is naturally in reverse. Like that's it's the card in the deck that's actually in reverse. So I said reverse, but they're upright. They're both upright. But nonetheless, they're both in the spread, both together. So that must be very significant. So let us begin this reading. So we've got the Chariot. So yeah, the Hanged Man, the King of Swords, which is quite the character, the Chariot, the Hanged Man, and Three of Cups. So I'm immediately getting that this was some sort of, with the Chariot, the word battle came to mind. The word battle. And I got the word battle general, and this person was very like I hear that you have almost, for some, you have conflicted feelings of love and hate for this person. For some others it's just hate. But I hear that this person took you into battle and took you, created a major in some way, either through battle or other ways. They created a major um pause in your life where you were separated from love, from from partying, from feeling good. Like this person, they took you into battle, and I'm hearing in some cases they caused you to lose both of your limbs. Interesting. So they caused you some major trouble, I hear, with the hang of man. Sometimes it was limb loss, but it was just basically being separated. And they're very, in this life, they're very kind of, they could be cold, but they could very much rely on their intellect and be very devoid of their emotions. And it's quite annoying to you because they had such a negative effect on you in a past life, where they just drove you into like horrible situations with their extreme adamancy. That's what I'm hearing. Like they just put you into situations with their extreme, almost self-righteous adamancy. They said, we're going to go here, we're going to go here, we're going to do this. So this may be a very unemotionally, but almost they have their own set of principles, shall we say, but they're just very, we're going to go here, we're going to go here, we're going to do this, and this is the way it's going to be. And so they're very adamant about what they're going to do. And yeah, I heard an image of, yeah, losing both your legs in battle because of this person, because they had their battle ideas were so adamant. Like I hear adamant, and they caused a major pause in your life. And they may be, this may be the same dynamic in this life. They may be very um, like almost they have, or they think that they have these higher spiritual ideals, and because of that, I hear in some words it like a religious adamancy or a spiritual adamancy, like adamant, right? Like when someone's very adamant about something, and they just absolutely, like, very square thinking, like this is the way it's going to be, and very no room for emotions, just moving forward. But in this, I hear in this past life, it cost you. You feel quite a bit of anger because it's cost you your legs or some other maimment. And I hear they just didn't even care. Like this happened to other people. They caused lots of, death. They could have. I'm hearing in some cases they may have caused your death in some case. Like, and they stopped. Because they forced you into battle. I hear, like it separated you. Like a pause. Like maybe someone that you loved, that you wanted to marry, went off with somebody else, and like you came back and you were, just your legs were gone or something, and you were just like, they kept you from something and they didn't even care. They were just so cold and so adamant about their forward moving with the Chariot battle plan, that they really separated you. In some cases that you died, I heard, but in some cases like you just came back, everything that you wanted was gone, and to the effect of their actions caused like a huge pause, which eventually caused you not to get what you want, and they didn't care. That's what I'm getting. Let me see if I can get any other. But yeah, a very adamant person about have to be a certain things have to be a certain way. Yeah, Three of Wands. They made it difficult for you to be reunited with the people or the woman or the man or the family that you love. They made it very difficult to be reunited with that because their extreme adamancy. Like everyone they have to, and you may notice in this life they're very much um, um, like this has to be a certain way. This has to be a certain way. There's no room so we've got the seven of wands. So I'm getting a sense that it was just you're in a situation with them where it was just such a battle, a very much a battle to move forward. Let me see the Gypsy Oracle, because the seven of wands is about being in the midst of being in the midst of defending your charity, defending. Okay, let's see what else do we get. Three from the top. So thought, and you a lot of times you feel a thought of like I hear that you feel exactly like this about him. That picture, he just he's sort of, if you can see that, he's kind of like touching his head like, oh God, what is this person going to do next? They're adamant. See, I'm hearing for some it could be a brother-in-law that you have. Some it could be a boss, and they're just so adamant. They're very, very serious, adamant about things. Have to be a certain way. About certain ideals have to be a certain way, and they're adamant. You know, strong-minded way cost you very dearly. It hanged up your life. In some cases it killed you. In some cases it separated you from what you wanted. I'm here. Yeah, this may be like a brother-in-law, or even like it's just someone who's kind of there. You may not necessarily, like, they're kind of there. You see them on occasion and you're like, oh. And some cases you see them more, like they're very, I say in some cases it's a boss, and they're just, things have to be, and they have some sort of power over you, like a boss like authority. And they're just like, things have to be a certain way, things have to be a certain way, and the energy is very much adamant about that. And you're just like, oh, you kind of like this guy, his hand on his forehead, like, oh dear. And 3 and 4 from the bottom. Okay, let's see. Service and priest. So yeah, I'm hearing that you were forced to be of service to their ends. You were forced to be a service to their ends. In some case, this indicates death, the priest, like you died and the priest did the last rites. And other times, um, a lot of times, like the priest, and other times, like you were forced, like they had almost a priest-like determination, and like very adamant, reading the Bible. This is the way things have to go according to this religious text. Very adamant about that, and you had to be not privy but bound to the religious like adamancy is what I'm hearing. So you may feel like, oh, this person's just, you may almost want to fight this person's sigh. I got thought and sigh. So that kind of like, you feel kind of like it's like oil and water, you mixing this person. And then I got malady. Yeah, so I'm getting here that they very much, because of their adamancy, they caused a malady that really hanged up your life, with the two hanged men that really hanged up your life. And I'm hearing that if they have any power over you, and I'm hearing in some cases they don't, they're just somebody that you kind of, in some cases I hear there's somebody like a brother-in-law, somebody you've kind of encounter on occasion, which is like they don't have any power over you, which is good, because it seems but I'm hearing in some cases they do have power over you, like they do. And that when that's the case, it really exasperates the past life conflict where they hanged up, the two hanged men together. That's very, very significant. They really put a dent in your plans. And I hear they didn't really care. They didn't care. Their ideals were so important. Their ideals were so important. They didn't care about the human cost, is what I hear. Their ideals were so important. the human cost was not. I may hear in some cases it may have been a religious battle, like it may be so a useless battle. Not to say, I mean, in a sense, all battles are useless, but it was a very useless battle. But they just were so adamant about having their own way that it caused a malady. I hear that two of your legs, that you became a paraplegic because of this person. So you have this real anger at them in this life. And I hear in some cases it's a boss who's very adamant about things being a certain way, just very clear, and it's just, and you just feel quite a bit anger that they cost you dearly, I hear, in the past life, in a way that they didn't, that not necessarily so much in this life, but it's oftentimes what happens in the past life is they'll be like a small echo in this life, but it was a really big echo in a past life, and we don't know why we react so strongly because of the past life echo, and the past life effect was so strong, and it just, there may be a small form of it in this life, or there may be a very big form, but it's, there's nonetheless, there's a past life echo from the past life. And the hangman messed up your life very much, put it on hold, very significant. The two hanged mans, and together, nonetheless. So they really, so I'm getting a sense they really put a chink in your plans. And I'm hearing in some cases they may do that in this life too, really put a chink in your plans, the same energy of that. But in others, it's just sort of like they're there and you feel the echoes. But in some, they may have a negative effect in terms of the hanged man, putting your life on hold, having control over you, having this negative hanged effect on your life. Interesting. Or in some cases, you may have actually been literally hanged, but that's in some cases, because the hanged man can be that, right? It can be that in some cases, but that is, um, yeah. So you may feel an issue with your neck around this person in some very small cases. But that's interesting. Um, yeah, all the details of the past lives on that. But yeah, that's all we got for pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed that. Give a comment, like if it resonated. Um, Also, you may want to check out my other videos. I've got videos on past life conflicts or past lives, karma abuse or abuse, narcissistic abuse healing, dreams, and a variety of other subjects. So just check out the playlist section of the channel and see the various topics that I cover, and see if it's worth it for you to subscribe. So that's all we've got for pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed that, and let us go on to pile number 3. So what conflict did you have with this person in this past life? So that one, we had the hairbrush. So my cat was sort of um, being bratty with that. So I'm not sure at all why I picked the hairbrush, but we'll see why. We'll see what we got for pile number 3. 6 of Wands in reverse, 4 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Interesting. I'm going to get a sense of an arrogant person. Maybe that's why I got the hairbrush, but let's see. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Okay. So we've got the 6 of Wands in reverse, 4 of Wands upright, the Knight of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, and 6 of Wands upright. Interesting. So I'm going to put that 6 of, put that right here. So, just so you can see they're on the frame. So yeah, 6 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. And Knight of Pentacles, and 3 of Cups, and 6 of. So I'm already getting a sense of a very, with the 6 of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Wands upright, a very arrogant person. And somebody who is very stubborn as well too. An arrogant, stubborn person is what I'm getting, because the Knight of Wands can be somebody who's very arrogant, and also the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who can be badly reversed, very stubborn. So I'm getting an arrogant, stubborn person, and I'm hearing somebody who, interesting. They have a lot of different sides to them, but it's kind of like, yeah, arrogant with a hairbrush. Maybe that's what I'm picking up. Very arrogant, but also very stubborn, very manipulative is what I'm getting. They like to manipulate things. I get the 2 of Pentacles that is holding up, and they're very arrogant. They'll do anything to get victory is what I'm getting. And I'm hearing that the exact same dynamic happened in life after life after life. Like the same thing happened over and over and over again. And I hear that they barge in where they do not belong. And I hear that, yeah, they barge in where they not belong. And I hear they can be very, it can be a very apparently generous. They've got an energy, but they've always got an ulterior motive. And, and it's sort of like, you know that they have an ulterior motive. That's what I'm getting. You know that they have an ulterior motive because they've been like this for many lives. Interesting. So I'm gonna drink of water. Continue. So it's sort of like, you know that they've had a what do you call it? Sort of like they're manipulative. They can. I'm hearing they can sometimes have Leo energy. Nothing against, nothing about Leos. They can appear to you like sort of have a very like gregarious, giving energy, gregarious. But then they're quite they're quite stubborn as well too. They're kind of in a very obnoxious energy of an obnoxious. So let's see, what did they do in the past life? Let's see. I'm gonna get some Gypsy Oracle cards. I got all four of these, so interesting. Let's see that. So thought, sigh, melody, and joyfulness. So I'm getting that they sort of interesting thought, sigh, melody, and joyfulness. So it's sort of like they seem to be a joyful person, but they caused all this trouble for people, and and I hear that they're kind of a troublemaker in this life. They're very. Let me get some more. They've got. Let me grab some to make sure I've got everything here. So they're very much a troublemaker in this life. Surprise. That's what I got. Like you don't know what they're going to do. They're very much surprised. Like you don't know what kind of. They're not a very trustworthy person in this life. I'm hearing they weren't in the past, and they aren't now. Like they can appear to be a very gregarious, at all times charming person. Oh, my cough. Maybe that's a sign. But yeah, let me get another drink of water. Um, but yeah, you never know what they're gonna do, and I hear that they did. In some cases, they very. I'm hearing what they did was very intentional in the past life. They're very knew what they're doing. They're very sly, and I hear not a lot of people. Some people are taken in by this person, but I'm hearing there's a lot of other people who don't trust this person in this life because they sense like I hear they have the exact same energy because sometimes in past lives there'll be a shift or it'll be a little bit less, but I'm hearing in this case it's not at all less. They're exactly the same person that they were because they're exactly the same person that they were in a past life. I hear they would stab you in the back without a second thought, and they do the same in this life as well too. Like so, yeah. Not in this case. I'm getting a sense of, yeah, very much arrogance, very much like they give to other people, but almost to seem giving. Like they're not from a genuine place. Like if they have a lot of money, they may give but from a place of sort of arrogance. Like from arrogance, it's sort of to get something. So it's like, to prove how much money they have. And then a very stubborn, sly, and arrogant person is what I'm getting. Very stubborn. And they've always got something up their sleeve, is what I hear. Surprise, but not thief. Interesting, I got thief too. Yeah, so surprise, as in they're always, you don't know, they're kind of unpredictable. And I hear in some cases they killed you in a past life. They just stabbed you because you had what they wanted. I hear in some way. It could be, and I'm hearing a lot of times it was just financial. So they've got an issue with the financial. It's sort of like they stab you just to get your money, to get something. Thief. I'm hearing a past life. They they killed you, but it was to get something really insignificant. Like it wasn't even. They would just do anything. So just kind of, I'm getting energy of a kind of a low quality person who will just do whatever to get somebody who hasn't developed morality. I'm getting like they do something to sort of get what they want, and with thief, like they thief. They are very much a thief, and they've got that energy. I'm hearing they have that energy too. They're also a thief, although they give. They say that they sometimes appear to be a generous person. Like they'll give. I hear they give big gifts. Like they give, and it's kind of, but it's kind of out of arrogance, other than true giving. Like they like to be kind of the center of attention, but they're very stubborn. A very stubborn, adamant about things being a certain way, and yeah, they're stubborn. Letter. I hear in some cases they get in the way of things. Like they'll keep. And I hear they might do this in this life too. They'll keep communications that were meant for somebody else. They'll read them. They'll intercept them. They'll do really kind of manipulative, shady things. Manipulative, shady things. Like they'll steal other people's um, significant other. They'll find a way to underhandedly, very kind of manipulative and underhanded. So you don't trust this person. I'm hearing other people don't, and I hear they're exactly the same person as they were in a past life. No soul growth whatsoever is what I'm hearing. Like none whatsoever. They just are. They completely love, and I hear that they tried to interfere with your love life and this life. They tried to may have steal your person or interfere in some. They may have just, I'm hearing, interfered just for the sake of it, like just for the. It's just their personality. They're snake. Like I'm here, they're a snake, and there'll always be a snake. Interesting. House. They may have stolen something from your house in the past. Like that's what I'm getting before it. They kind of they killed you and they stole something, but it was sort of like it wasn't even that significant. Like it was just they just do whatever. Like they just no regard, just only a regard for what they want. And prison. And I'm hearing in some cases they may have lied to imprison you. Like they may have lied, like just a really shady, underhanded tactic type thing. Like a very, and let's see, how can you deal with this person in this life, this past life conflict? Because they don't seem to be very trust. And I hear become a clear channel. Interesting. So what I'm hearing for that is that um, sometimes they're kind of they manipulate other people's. They may even manipulate your perceptions, or they may have been less so able to do that. But become a clear channel to know what this person is up to at all times. That's what I'm getting. Become a clear channel to see what this person is up to, and yeah, it's like become a clear channel, and yeah, it's like I hear that's it's they kind of they mess over people's minds as I'm hearing, so it's kind of like learn to, and I hear that you feel in most cases you're clear, but in some cases even if you know what they're like, they may have even messed over your perceptions as well too. And so I hear journey. I hear in some cases you may want to journey away from this person because yeah, they're exactly the same person in this life. You may want to journey in this. I'm gonna get what else did they do in the past life? And I'm hearing it could be the exact same thing in this life, but it's what they can get away with, and they can get away with Page of Swords. So I'm hearing that they twist things in this life. They killed you. They would kill people, like just for to get what they wanted. But I'm hearing, and they really. Well, this is why I got Page of Become a Clear Channels, because Page of Swords is very much about being like a manipulator with words. The word gossip and innuendo is associated with Page of Swords. So um, it's sort of like, it is basically, it's like they can twist things in this life and twist people's perceptions, like make things seem like they're not, like very manipulative energy. I'm getting like yeah, so I'm hearing, yeah, no soul growth. Because a lot of times with past lives, there'll be a change. Like they'll have a little bit of the energy, but I'm getting absolutely no soul growth that they've done from these past lives. So, the same person exactly. And then um, Page of Swords is basically what do you call it? Like Yeah, gossip and innuendo, twisting words to make things that they're not. So I'm hearing be very careful for how this person manipulates, how they manipulate and twist words in order to make things they see what they're not. Because I hear they can do damage with this, and they sort of the demon attached to them sort of enjoys this. So I don't really like the energy of this person. So yeah, kind of stay away from this person. It's helpful to know the past lives that you had with them. You may even want to just sort of reflect, like, just out of curiosity, you may want to, learn how to, see what was the past life. You can do that with, channeling, writing things down, or just, to feel the specifics of the past life. But I'm hearing it's more of an energy you just want to kind of stay away from. It's sort of like that's the energy that I'm getting. Like it's like stay away in most cases. Journey away from this person, if at all possible. Interesting. So yeah, that's what we've got. I hope you enjoyed that for pile 3. So that was the past life you had with this person. They were decidedly untrustworthy, and they're the same person in this life. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting for pile number 3. So yeah, I hope uh, um, maybe write a comment or like if this resonated. Also, you may want to check out my other playlists and see if there's other ones that you would find interesting. I've got readings on karma, narcissists, past lives like this one, dream analysis, and a variety of different readings. So check that out and see if it is worth it for you to subscribe to this channel. All right, I hope you enjoyed this reading and have a good day.